Since about 2020, the word iconic has to be up there with literally the most overused word since the word literally. But 20 years on from BMW taking ownership, how has the once iconic Mini Cooper fared with the passage of time? Let's take a look and see. And please make sure to like and subscribe to our channel, and also to click the notifications icon so you know everything that we do as soon as we do it. Nowadays, advertisers will try and sell you anything as being iconic, but what does it actually mean? No, Hyundai, it's not the new Ioniq 5, it's not some modern block of houses, it's not a drag queen. An icon is something that defines the time period it's in. It's Marilyn Monroe, it's the Beatles, it's the Mini Cooper.
Like all things British, the mighty Mini had to leave our hands and was famously snapped up by BMW. The first not-so-mini Mini emerged in 2001, bringing with it bigger 1.4 and 1.6 engines to replace the famous 1-litre offerings of old. If the fuel economy for those was still too good for you, there was this, the Mini Cooper S.
S of Cooper S stands for Supercharger, but I think it stands more for success. I mean, listen to that sound. An instant delivery of power. I just think it's the best form of this car. I mean, in 2006 there was an update and it got rid of the Supercharger and replaced it for a turbo, and along with that replacement came a set of engines that were horrifically prone to timing chain failure. It just wasn't the same. If you're going to buy a Mini Cooper S, don't even bother. Go for the older one, get the Supercharger, and then you can have a few more smiles per gallon. Minis of new and old are some of the most customizable cars that you can get your hands on. There are something like 300,000 different combinations of these. This one has got Harman Kardon stereo, heated leather seats, aircon controls. I love a lot of buttons, so that's quite an interesting thing for me. 2 sunroofs. So if you're buying one, my advice is to go for the highest spec you can, because that goes a long way to making you feel like you're driving a newer Mini than you actually are.
You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh.
High spec or not, to take the torch from a true icon, you need some of that original DNA. Sadly, it's not been passed down. The original design has been updated to near perfection, but those new German underpinnings take away from that original plucky British spirit. Where's the fun in knowing that your car is going to start every cold, wet morning?
Baby, you give me ice.
But that doesn't mean that it can't perform better than the original Mini. Your fuel consumption, if you drive it like I've been driving it today, is about 2 miles a gallon. You've got 160 horsepower in this, so it's not going to be as good as the normal Mini. Fuel consumption wise, on the normal one, you'll probably get about 30 odd. On one of these, as an average, probably about 23. It also holds the road quite well. I feel much more connected to the road in this car than I do in other small hatchbacks, which is a nice feeling to have, because when you've got something that's this sort of light and nippy, you do feel like you could just slide off corners and things.
If you're in the market for a Mini, don't let reliability scare you. They're strong little machines, but these early ones do like to emit a gentle whine from the power steering pump just to let you know they're still working. But if it turns into a scream, it could mean an expensive fix. Thankfully, these older models don't suffer from timing chain issues that plagued the later engines. But prepare for a Supercharger service at 100,000 miles. Your wallet might hate you, but your Mini won't.
So, is this the next Jaguar E-Type? Probably not, but prices of these are going up a little bit now, and if you get a good example, in 5 to 10 years, I do see you sitting in the seat of the next best hot hatch.